Hello everybody, it's me, Nikki, and I'm trying to get comfortable, but I'm here with a book tag. I saw a Ravenclaw book tag going around, but I'm not a Ravenclaw, I'm a Hufflepuff. So I found a Hufflepuff book tag from Abigail's Book Corner from 2019, and before I go into this, let me just say that not only are we in the middle of a global pandemic, Black lives are being killed daily. They are being lynched and claimed as suicide. And it is Pride Month, which we would not have were it not for Black trans people, and this is the month that J.K. Rowling decided to show herself for what she is, a fucking TERF. So I'm going to answer these questions, and then I am going to make sure to link trans links down below, so the Harry Potter community can show J.K. Rowling that she's a fucking TERF and doesn't deserve the work that she made. So, let's begin. Which Harry Potter book is your favorite? I would say that it is Order of the Phoenix. 1, because of the cover, it's blue. 2, because Harry is pretty much done with everybody's bullshit, and as a reader, you're also like, why the fuck are you lying? And 3, it's sort of when shit gets real, you know? Like, in 4, Cedric dies, but then in 5, they find a prophecy and all this other stuff, and it just gets real. And I think it's like, at the time, it was like the biggest book ever. Hufflepuffs are known for their undying loyalty. Name an insta-buy author. Leah Bardugo. I can never remember how to say her name. She's insta-buy, and there was somebody else. Oh, I don't think she writes anymore, because she's like 90-something. She might even be dead. But Kate Sedley, who wrote Roger the Chapman, I would totally buy anything she writes. She's probably written other stuff than Roger the Chapman. And do I have... I know there's somebody else, but those are the only two that I can think of. As Hufflepuffs, we tend to have a great love for animals. Name a books/series that has your favorite animal, magical creature in it. My favorite are dogs, but also dragons. I am a huge dragon nerd. So if there is, I don't see any by me, but if there's a dragon on the cover or in the book, I'm in like Flynn. I know Harry Potter has dragons. Lord of the Rings has dragons, but they're all evil. Dragonlance has dragons, but so far the two I've read about, well, one was evil, one was senile. There's a book series by Egan Knight, which has a dragon as the hero, and it's a series, and the dragon's sister's also a main character, and she's a hero. So basically anything with dragons. Next, we Hufflepuffs are very trustworthy. However, books can also be very trustworthy. Name a series in which none of the books disappointed you. Oh, that's a good question. Six of Crows duology never disappointed me. It was fantastic beginning to end. I'm excited that there's going to be a third one. Is there another one? I'm thinking. This is my thinking face. When I look off around, I'm like looking for books. But I just moved all my books, so none of them are in their regular places. Oh gosh. You know what? Nancy Drew, the original hardbacks that I have, they've never disappointed me either. Us Hufflepuffs care for others a lot, even fictional characters. Name a book series whose main character holds a special place in your heart. Oof. I'm gonna say, first of all, Kaz Breaker from Six of Crows duology. Love him. Tasselhoff from Dragonlance. Love him. I'll talk more about him later. Who is somebody else? Oh god, you know what? I have like so many characters in my head. There's too many options. Let's see if I got a Goodreads. That'll help me out here. But yeah, Hufflepuffs do care for others a lot, unlike their creator. No, Goodreads are not gonna load? Okay, so we'll just say Kazbreaker and Tasselhoff. Is it yeah, it's Tasselhoff. Next one. Hufflepuffs always strive to be kind to others, no matter who they are. Name a book series that you love despite its flaws and imperfections. Ooh, that's a good one. Because everybody has that book series that is like, oof. A bit oof, you know, but you're like, I love it. Who cares if it's oof? I do quite enjoy, so far I've read the first two in the Grishaverse, and that has flaws, but I still like it, but I don't love it, you know what I mean? I don't even know, like, I like books, but I don't even know if I've met a book Can you even say that on BookTube? I don't know if I've met a book I've fallen in love with. How about... maybe Coke Zero will help me think. Not sponsored. How about I go my historical mysteries, Roger the Chapman. I love that book series. I have all the books, and I don't think it's flawed so much as like, because there's like 21 or 22 books, and they're all the same. There's all 20 chapters. There's an adventure. Or that, you know, something happens and Roger's there for the setup and then he solves it, and then somebody that he trusts, it gets like, is probably part of the bad guy or the bad group, and then he solves it. So that got a little, I suppose, flawed at times, but I still really enjoyed it, and it was such a great series. I'm super sad there's no more. And the last one, Hufflepuffs tend to be very patient, and that's a useful trait when reading slow-paced books. Name a book you struggled to get through, but stuck it out until the end. I don't think this has happened recently. I had a bit of a reading slump. I guess last month is recently, but I struggled to get through Sorcerer to the Crown, and not because it was a bad book, but because I was just having like a bad reading month, and I was getting mad at all the white characters shitting on Zacharias. So yeah, that was a bit of a struggle, and I think I struggled with Promise of Blood from the Gun Powder Mage trilogy. Again, not that it was bad, but it was like, I'm gonna have to reread it, but because there was a lot of information being thrown at me, and it was very political, and my brain doesn't handle political very well. So, yes. And that also is a big book. What's another big book? I can't think of anything. And I'm not like, well, whatever was. I don't have a lot of chunky books. I need more chunky books. And sometimes it's a struggle just to get through a small book because you're like, reading slumps are the worst. Luckily, I've gotten over that. So yeah, those are the questions. Harry Potter, loyalty, animals, magical creatures, trustworthy, caring, kindness, and patience. So 7. Sorry I didn't say the titles until now. But those are all the questions. Hopefully I answered them very well, and I will make sure to link, this is from glad.org, transgender resources. So it has stuff for the Trevor Project and Sparta advocacy for trans military service members and stuff like that. And do I have something on Twitter? I feel like I saved something on Twitter, but let me find it. Oh yes, Leah Bardugo linked something for the Black Trans Travel Fund, which I will also link below. And I have a thread from @ViviPrint on Twitter of trans women's GoFundMes, because J.K. Rowling was specifically targeting trans women, which is insulting as fuck. So let's make sure that the TERF knows that we won't buy into that kind of bullshit. And this is why I'm a Hufflepuff, because I don't personally, like, I think I don't personally know that many trans people. That got tongue-tied in my head, but I love every single one of them, and they are valid people, no matter what gender or color, and they deserve to know that people love them, and I love you. So that got really sappy there at the end. But thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.